Hello everyone, my name is Fatime Alkali Foundation, the founder of Fatime Alkali Foundation. First of all, I want to say thank you everyone for being here today with us, and thank you for your support, and we are glad you are with us today on this noble cause. Fatime Alkali Foundation determines to support girl-child education in Africa by providing scholarship and necessary support to support the girl child, and also educate the women on the values of education based on their rights, and provide necessary entrepreneurship skills and to assist them to sustain themselves and be able to be independent. I'm going to talk about how I had the idea of our foundation. Let me take you through the history. In 2011, Boko Haram crisis erupted in my city, Maiduguri, Borno State, in the northern part of Nigeria. This affected a lot of people, mostly women and children. This crisis became so severe that people flee from their communities and from their houses. This had a negative impact on the society in the sense that the rate of widows and orphans increased. Basically, before the crisis, the northern Nigerian women are exposed to the chauvinist husbands. Hence, they don't have the freedom to, let's say, further their education, finish their education, lack of going to work, start their own business. Things like this can collapse the community. I felt for my community because I see it crumble in front of my eyes. At that time, I wished I could do something, but I didn't have the means. In 2013, the idea to help my community persisted in my head. The idea of helping my community go through this conundrum became incumbent on me. Every night before I go to sleep, I think and pray for my community. But of course, I couldn't do anything. I would like to tell you a little story about my distant relative. Her name was Hadiza. Hadiza was an ideal woman. She got married after her high school education. She was a child when she got married. Immediately after her high school education, she got married. And she did not further her education. Her husband did not let her further her education. She wanted to start up a little business, but the husband was like, no, you wouldn't do anything. You're under my roof, so what I tell you, you have to do it. And Hadiza's husband in 2014, he added a second wife without notifying Hadiza. He didn't allow her to work because of his chauvinism. And Hadiza went through a lot. She was unhappy. She was so depressed. And Hadiza went through a lot, and she wasn't educated as she was supposed to be. And her husband got married to a independent and educated woman. And that really, really made Hadiza so depressed and unhappy. So I felt very, very sorry for Hadiza. And I felt I was in Hadiza's shoe. I really felt, I could literally feel Hadiza's pain in my mind. I could literally feel her pain. So I felt very for her, so I decided to act and support people like Hadiza. More than 60% of Nigerian women are facing this kind of discrimination. The male feeling superior to their women, so we started to gather some data to support this cause. In 2015, I shared my idea with my co-founder, who is a writer and a feminist. We came with this wonderful, eminent idea to eliminate our community. So we set up some principles to guide us to achieve our objectives and our aims. Our mission is to fight for women's rights based on domestic violence, to educate the women about their domestic rights, life-saving mission to help women and children suffering from domestic violence to dignity, productivity, and self-respect, to seek protection through the legal system, to help them get support and plan for their safety, promoting awareness and values of girl-child education. Our vision is to be Africa's #1 girl-child support organization and to ensure every girl child receives the basic education in Africa. How we plan to achieve our mission, to be Africa's Two, to fight for women's rights based on domestic violence, to seek protection through the legal system, to help them get support and plan for their safety, and to return to lives of dignity and productivity. And we will go to our website for further illustrations.
I want to start with a story I just remembered just now. I used to be an English teacher to a girl. I gave her homework one day, so I told her, if you go home, let your parent help you solve the homework. A simple essay, just write an essay about something. So when she went home, the mother called me and she asked me, she said, Mr. Kaka, we gave Jane homework, but you didn't give her the answers. I said, yeah, it's a homework, that's what she's supposed to give herself. She said, no, you're supposed to give her answers. I said, no, help her get the answers. Then she said, didn't I pay the full tuition fee? I said, yes, you did. She said, if I wanted to help her, then I'll pay partial so that you would teach her something, and I'll teach her the partial part. Then I was like, Madam, you need to help her get the answers. She said, no, there's nothing like that. Like, I have to. I was supposed to be the one to give her the answers and give her the questions. So this is something that comes with lack of education, and we need to support the women in Nigeria to fight against this kind of behaviors. I want to take you through our website. Yeah. This is our website. Definitely we cannot achieve these goals on our own, because no matter how much you have, you cannot help everyone, you cannot support everyone with what we have. So we decided to make this website to gather people, like for example, if someone is willing to assist the African community or to assist anybody, you can come to our website, just click on the donate button and it will take you to our donation page. You can donate $5 up to $20, and you can donate any amount by clicking the any amount donation. Then you can donate to our cause and support us. In order for us to gather more income, revenue, so we have this magazine which is called Today's Women, which is going to be published here in Turkey but launched in Nigeria this August. So we're going to use it as a source of revenue to support this cause. Basically, Sehir University is supporting us. They paid for advert placement in the magazine, and also Sehir University also paid advert placement, and we have another enterprise in Nigeria, Blue Seal. They also paid, and our programs, we had this summer program which we were supposed to be doing. We brought 2 interns from Nigeria to come to Turkey to have their internship. This program was supported by Harman organization. They paid for the flight ticket for these Nigerian students to come here to share the Turkish culture with Nigerian people. So this is going to make a new insight, a new way of saying the word to our Nigerian community. Even when we go back to Nigeria next month, inshallah, we'll have this lecture talk about the values of girl child education, which is going to be given by a cleric, Islamic cleric, because we cannot just go to Nigeria and say, okay, we're going to give a lecture talk, nobody's going to listen to us. So we had to make an agreement with a cleric, like, okay, we're going to give the values of girl child education and the rights of women in Islam, so that they will know that the values, even according to Islamic religion, is not the way we have it in Nigeria. The mentality of Nigerian men is different from the normal mentality of normal men in the world. So we're going to visit orphans and we organize school competitions among schools so that we promote our ideas and our concepts to the Nigerian community. Basically, this is our foundation, and I'm glad I met Fatime with this brilliant idea. And as I already said, I'm going to support her with all I have and all my power, all my capability, inshallah. We're going to achieve success in it. We have our volunteers who helped us with this events and with some other stuff. So this is our video.
I am Fatime Alkali, the founder of Fatime Alkali Foundation. I believe every girl should dare to dream, see the possibilities that comes with those dreams and affect great changes in the world. I visited Falmata, who was a victim of a crisis in the northern part of Nigeria. Falmata was just 10 years old. She lost her father due to the crisis. It was really heart-touching because she never attended school. Fatime Alkali Foundation is here to support this kind of girls. Education is a necessity of life. Every girl deserves to be educated. We will provide quality education through scholarships, vocational training, and lecture talk. It is an African saying, when you educate a boy, you educate a family. When you educate a girl, you educate a nation, you educate a community.
My name is Istanbul Sehir University. I'm the co-founder of Fatime Alkali Foundation. When Fatime came with this idea of the fight against domestic violence, support girls' education, it was like a motivational thing for me because I wanted to do something like that all my life. I wanted to dedicate my life to my community and more than you know. So I'm going to support Fatime Alkali Foundation with all I have, all my energy, all my time, to make sure all the girls in Africa have a quality education and grow to a better generation, next generation, because I always wanted the generation to be better and better. So with Fatime Alkali's initiative and her idea of this foundation, we're going to support girls' education and make sure that every child counts and every girl child is educated. This is how we make a great world, and that's how we're going to do a beautiful world for the next generation.
I'm only against the thought that women are destined to live their lives under the thumbs of their husbands without having any say in their own lives. We are not only here to fight for domestic violence, but also fight against child labor. Fatime Alkali Foundation is going to strive to see that every girl child has a basic education, because we all know every child is determined to have quality
Say no to domestic violence, support girls' education in Africa.
So I hope when we live here, all of us we're going to say no to domestic violence and support girl child education in Africa. Thank you very much. I'm Abdullah Abubakar Kaka. I'm the co-founder of Fatime Alkali Foundation.